Imagine an object weighing 30 tons, moving at supersonic speeds, suddenly deciding that gravity no longer applies to it. Most modern fighter jets need to maintain forward momentum to stay airborne. If they try to climb straight up, their wings lose lift, the air intake chokes, and they fall out of the sky in a deadly stall. But not this one. The US Air Force's F-22 Raptor doesn't just climb, it defies the laws of aviation mechanics, surging toward the stratosphere at an astonishing 62,000 feet per minute. How does a machine built of heavy titanium and steel pull off maneuvers that look like a glitch in physics? The answer lies in a combination of engineering insanity and brute force. Let's break it down. To understand how the Raptor defies gravity, we first have to look at its beating heart. Two Pratt Whitney F119 turbojet engines. Under normal conditions, jet engines provide enough thrust to push a plane forward, letting the wings generate lift. But the F-22 doesn't always rely on its wings for lift. When those afterburners engage, each engine generates roughly 35,000 pounds of force. Combined, that is 70,000 pounds of pure, unadulterated thrust. In aviation, there is a golden metric called the thrust-to-weight ratio. If this ratio is less than 1, the plane relies entirely on its wings to stay up. If it is exactly 1, the engine's push equals the plane's weight. But at standard combat weight, the F-22's thrust-to-weight ratio exceeds 1.25 to 1.2. This means the upward push from the engines is significantly greater than the actual weight of the jet itself. The engines aren't just propelling the plane, they are literally lifting it like a rocket. It can accelerate while pointing straight up into outer space without losing an ounce of kinetic energy. But brute force is nothing without absolute control. If you put that much power into a standard jet, a vertical climb would quickly result in a catastrophic aerodynamic stall. This is where the real engineering insanity comes in, two-dimensional thrust vectoring. Look closely at the rear exhaust vents of the Raptor. Unlike traditional round, fixed nozzles, the F-22 features flat, rectangular nozzles that can mechanically pivot up or down by 20 degrees. In a normal aircraft, you turn by moving small flaps on the tail and wings called elevators and rudders. But at high angles of attack or at extreme altitudes where the air is incredibly thin, there isn't enough air flowing over those flaps to make them work. The Raptor solves this by physically redirecting the high-pressure engine blast. If the pilot wants to pull an impossible loop, the nozzles pitch up, forcing the massive 70,000 pounds of thrust to push the tail down. The plane rotates on a dime, executing what engineers call post-stall maneuvers. It can literally point its nose and weapons at an enemy while sliding sideways or backwards through the air. But why did engineers spend billions of dollars to give a jet this insane vertical climb? Is it just for airshow parlor tricks? Absolutely not. This capability creates what military strategists call the stratosphere trap. By climbing at 62,000 feet per minute, the F-22 can efficiently reach its operational ceiling of roughly 65,000 feet, far higher than almost any other tactical fighter. Up there, the air is extremely thin, offering almost zero aerodynamic drag. When an F-22 launches an air-to-air missile from this high altitude, gravity and the thin air work in its favor. The missile doesn't have to fight thick air, it gets a massive kinetic energy boost, significantly increasing its operational range and speed. The Raptor sits in a high-altitude perch, safely out of reach of older ground-based radars, raining down kinetic destruction from the edge of space. The F-22 Raptor was designed in the late 20th century, yet even today, its combination of raw thrust-to-weight power and masterclass thrust vectoring makes it an unmatched king of the skies. It doesn't just fight gravity, it commands it. If you want to see how this gravity-defying beast compares to modern air defense systems like Russia's S-400 radar, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep engineering breakdowns. See you in the next one.